Have you ever came home so tired that you couldn't even take care of you? Have you ever went to work for a full 40 or 80 hours, got that check and couldn't pay all your bills? Are you constantly doing like this in pain? Are you at the point in your life where you like, it's gotta be more because this ain't it? Then guess what? You're in survival mode. And survival is not living. I remember being like in that spot. Like I felt like I had to hustle hard. That was my song. Hustle, 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 hard. That ain't it. You remember the saying, build it and they shall go? It's like you want to be a billionaire so freaking bad. Buy all the things you never had. Then keep the cover of Forbes magazine smiling next to Oprah in the corner. You know what song I'm talking about. But it's like, you can't just quite catch a break. And it's just like this cycle. Go to work, come home, take care of the kids, and then you're on autopilot. And autopilot is actually survival mode. I was watching the movie Click, right? And it made me think. Like, on Click, you remember when he had the remote or whatever? It was funny, but still. I remember when he like had the remote pause thing. That was funny. But like, you remember like he was so, remember he pushed the remote and it fast forwarded to where he got his promotion. And he didn't find out. He didn't get his promotion until way later on. And then he went back, whatever, fired in the boss face. That was funny. But like, it made me like realize that like, he was just in survival mode. And like, he wasn't paying attention to the life around him. And he was moving so fast to make everything come into fruition that he wanted so fast that he missed out on the moments that mostly mattered to him. He's seen his son become an adult, his daughter become an adult, his wife left him and found a man who could be emotionally available. And it was because with that remote, he was going too fast. He was trying to hurry up and get to where, I guess he could be more comfortable because he wanted to be like the neighbors, the O'Doul's. Y'all know what I'm talking about if you ever seen that movie. But it's like, was he surviving? Or was he thriving? These are some examples of what it's like to be in survival mode. Living paycheck to paycheck. Unhealthy coping mechanisms such as drugs, alcohol, sex, and manipulation. You gotta survive, right? So you taking the drugs in order to get out your mind, alcohol to forget the pain, sex numbing manipulation in order to get what it is that you want. Aches and pains in the body, stress. Shit's real, right? Staying in situations that drain you. It's called fight, flight, fawn. And fawning is actually staying somewhere and not using your voice in order to just keep the peace. Having a scarcity mindset. So basically, this is actually, it's competing. It's like the crabs in a bucket type thing, or barrel, however y'all say it. Scarcity mindset, thinking it ain't enough out here for everybody. Guess what? When you get some money, the shit's digital now. And numbers are infinite. Numbers don't stop. Remember that. A lack of overflow. So instead of you giving from your extra, you giving from what you don't have. That's still survival mode. Hustling. It's survival mode. You chasing something. That means you don't think that you have it. So you're chasing it. That means you ain't got it. Right? But if you, in your mind, you think you already got it, then it's just gonna come to you and you ain't gotta work hard to get it. It's just that simple. That's just the law of polarity. Think about magnets. Put two magnets on one end of a table and another end of a table. And they will automatically come together. It's going, even if you put them at the wrong ends, they go flip around and they go come together. It's just how it works. No clarity. You can't think. Like, because you just so engulfed in your life that you have no clarity. Like, you can't think about nothing else but what it is that you have to do. Like, I gotta go to work. Oh, I gotta take care of these kids. Oh, I gotta pay these bills. You have no time for your creativity. And your creativity is actually how you get your money. Your imagination is how you get your money. You unhappy. No me time. It's like, what about me? Like, in the little me time that you do have, you end up scrolling. Doom scrolling. At that. Looking at and comparing your life to the people on the screen that you don't know. You're overstimulated. No me time. It's like, what about me? You are the center of your own universe. So what about me? Definitely burnout. Burnout is actually a compilation of all of this into one. But do you know what's actually burnout? After burnout. After burnout is breakdown. After burnout is breakdown. It's like, what is it that I need at that point? Burnout leads to breakdown. And please believe, you do not want to get to the breakdown stage. You would actually want to fix these things in order to avoid this. You telling me this, but how do I fix it? You live in paycheck to paycheck, right? There are groups out there that show you how to budget. So say for instance, you have an entertainment budget, or you go to the club every weekend. You go to the club every weekend, right? Stop doing it. Stop going to the club every weekend for 1 month. Just stop doing it and see how much money you spend at the club. Or actually just look at your bank statements and see how much you spend at the club for a month. And then you're going to take that and you're going to do two things. You will put half of it in the savings account, and the other half, you will open your Robinhood account and put it in there. And from there, you just gonna buy stocks. And on Robinhood, you don't even have to buy whole shares of stocks. You can buy a quarter of a stock. And just buy, you like, I don't know what to buy. Buy shit that's around your house. Don't do soap. That's Johnson & Johnson. You like Nike. Buy you some Nike stock. You like liquor. Buy stock in liquor. Buy stuff in the stuff that you like, the stuff that you consume. That way, instead of you just using it, instead of being a consumer of it, you're also a owner of it. As far as unhealthy coping mechanisms such as drugs, alcohol, sex, and manipulation. I have hit all of these. All of them, guilty as charged. Because ain't nobody better than nobody. There's a lot of times there's something there, there's pain there. So figure out what pain. Where is the pain? The why. Find your why. Why do I need this? What does it make me feel? What am I running away from? And once you find the answer to this actually stops. Because that pain in the mind equals pain in the body. Pain in the mind equals pain in the body. And then that pain in the body, you don't realize how much pain you were in until it's gone. You really don't. And that's crazy. But I know from firsthand experience how that goes. Within I remember the first year after leaving my 15-year relationship. We didn't get married or nothing, but I remember the first year after I left. And I turned into a totally different person. I felt free to finally be me, because I had been suppressed and stuff for so long. I was free to be me. Scarcity mindset. How do you fix your scarcity mindset? First of all, stop competing. Your only competition is yourself. That's the only thing you should compete with, is yourself. Am I better today than I was yesterday? And if you are better today than you was yesterday, then you realize that there is enough for me. If it was matter of fact, here's a better way to think about this. If it wasn't enough for everybody, the earth will be super small. There would be no houses. There wouldn't be enough houses. When actually there are more empty houses than there are unhoused people. So yeah. Think about that. There's enough for everybody. There is enough for everybody. Lack of overflow. Once you fix this, this is no longer a problem. Once you fix this is no longer a problem. Because you just making money. Like you making money, you making money effortlessly without you having to think about it. And that's the easiest thing to do. Like when you ready to find a way to make more money, like it's just presented in front of you. It's just you have to. There's only two things that exist: fear and love. Are you scared to just jump out there and do what it is that it's going to take in order for you to stop surviving and start thriving? Because on that other spectrum, there's love. Have so much love for yourself that you want to do better. And it's not necessarily for your kids, it's for you. When you do better for you, it radiates. Your kids see it. They feel the effects of it. So you're not necessarily doing it for the kids. Do it for you. Because one day your kids, they going to be grown one day. They outgrow it. But they remember seeing you being tenacious. You're not giving up. All of the other positive personality traits that you develop just by observing something. And that's exactly what you want. Hustling. Like I said, if you gotta hustle to get it, then it means you telling yourself, I ain't got it. And that's not where it's at either. Unsure of what tomorrow may bring. There was a thing that said like 96% of Americans don't have an emergency fund. Or if something was to come up and it costed $1,000, they wouldn't be able to pay it. You're not thriving, you're surviving. I remember watching this video, and this lady said there's people who make between $26,000 up to like $80,000, $100,000, $250,000 a year, and they're still living paycheck to paycheck. So it's not about the amount of money that you make. It's about the mindset that you carry with that money. She said they just find new shit to buy. So it's like, do you want to look rich or wealthy and have that financial safety? Or do you want to actually be it? Because every billionaire that I've seen ain't got nan chain on, nan jewelry, no nothing. And their shirt probably costs $3,000, $4,000. But they don't look like it. I was looking at the thing, it said that millionaire money is that loud money, because you still got something to prove. But that billionaire money is that quiet money. Think about that. No clarity. No clarity, no peace. Like you can't make your way through. Like you're still chasing the next big thing. You're chasing this thing, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna be happy. Like think about Elon. Like think about Elon Musk, bro. He set out to do what was in his heart. He didn't set out to make money. He set out to do what was in his heart, what he was passionate about. He set out to do what he was passionate about. A lot of people end up making big money from what they were actually, passionate about. Not what somebody told them to do or what made the most sense at that time. And because you have no clarity, you have creative blocks. You couldn't create you couldn't create your best life if you wanted to. You can create it if you wanted to. Because you got so much other stuff that's piled on top of your creativity that there's no clarity. No clarity, no peace. Unhappy, snapping and mad all the time. You angry because you have no me time. You have no flexibility. And when you do have days off, it's scheduled days. Somebody else is running your life. And you're in this loop to where you're doing this constant people pleasing. That's what a 9 to 5 is. It's people pleasing. That's all it is. It's people pleasing. And the job overextends that part of you. So it makes you unhappy, especially if you're doing a job that you don't like. It makes you very unhappy. Or if you're in a situation that drains you, you're going to be unhappy. But when you doing stuff that makes you happy, you radiate. You glow. You're passionate. And it don't even feel like work. It's fun. You get to do what you want to do. Burnout. Like I said. So all it is. And when you're just tired. You can't. You dragging ass. You crying in the bathroom at work. You crying because you got to go to work. You wake up upset because you have to go to this place that you know you don't want to go to. And that's your body, that's your spirit telling you, like, I'm ready for a new experience. It's like, are you going to keep me here? Are you going to keep making me go through this? I remember getting there. But it's like you scared to leave it because it's that security. It's like, what am I going to do without this job? I got these bills. I got these kids. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even really know what I want to do. But I got to stay here. But when you change your perspective, you actually change your life. So think about it like this. When you're working, right? Do this, like this. We already talked about this. When you're working, I need to get a new one of these. When you're working, say for instance you make $25 an hour and you work 8 hours a day. So that's what, $200? $200. Yeah, it's $200. And then you work, 5 days a week. That's $1,000, right? Everybody gonna be like, ooh, that's good money. So, $200 times $5,000 minus taxes. Taxes and insurance. So it's about what, 870. I live in Kansas, so it's about, after taxes, it's about $875 a week. Around about, somewhere up in there. So, it's $875 a week. And now, this same week, your rent is due. Your rent $1,000. So you already negative $125. But you make $1,000. You already negative. It's the rent check. You're already negative $125. Right? You got another $875. We ain't even talking about food. What food at? You gotta feed the kids. When you think of it like this, but what I'm trying to get you to see is, hold on. Even at $25 an hour, you gotta work 6 hours in order to buy a pair of Air Force Ones. You gotta work one whole entire day in order to buy a pair of Jordans. You have to work 2 hours in order to buy a Nike shirt. You have to work between 16 and 24 hours for groceries at $25 an hour. Are you asking yourself, how much is my time worth? Because that is the one thing you cannot get back. Is my time worth $8.25? Because people are telling you, this is how much you're worth to me. $8.25. You're telling yourself that I'm worth $8.25. When in fact, you're worth so much more. That is why surviving is not living. And there is a way out. It's not those get rich quick schemes that everybody see. It's not those, it's not hitting the lottery. Everybody want to win the lottery. But it's you actually wanting to, believing that you can, believing that you're worthy of so much more. Don't ever forget that. You are worthy of so much more. Just do the work. Do the work to become her. And if you don't know where to start, click the link below. I got you.